Yá'at'eeh, shík'é. I hope that this message finds you well, enjoying a great start to this new year. I wanted to share with you all and make this video because I'm celebrating a special anniversary today. It's been 2 years since I decided to stop drinking alcohol, and that decision is one that really improved my life in so many ways. Up until 2 years ago, I, would go to happy hour, would celebrate with friends, but really began to think about and began to process just a lot of different feelings. And I wrote a blog about it last year when I first made the decision to choose a sober life. That it was really a way for me to take back what alcohol had taken from me. I come from a family that has different relatives who suffer from alcoholism. And for those of you who've been watching our sleeping bag drive and the live feeds that we've been doing in that process of collecting sleeping bags, one of the stories that I shared was the reason why I was so passionate about this collection, and that was because I lost my shík'é to exposure because of an exposure death. He was actually making his way home from a Yá'at'eeh dance in the winter time, and because he had been drinking and because he was an alcoholic and was suffering from alcoholism, didn't make it home. And that was a story that I grew up with, knowing the reason why I lost my shík'é, knowing that he, wasn't well enough to choose a different way of life. And I decided in the process of thinking about, no matter how much I would be responsible, no matter how much, I never, struggled with an addiction myself, but felt the weight of it consistently from family and our history, from the friends that I grew up with and people that I lost because of it, or even just relationships that were strained because of its impact, that it was too much, that alcohol had taken way too much away from me, and that I wasn't going to let it anymore. And so the decision for me to be so sober and to live a sober life really grew out of taking back my power and deciding that I wasn't going to let alcohol take anything else from me, even if it was that feeling of guilt that I would often get, and as I shared in my blog posts last year. And so this decision 2 years ago really was a very significant part of my effort to speak sacredness fluently, to be more in tune with the traditional practices that I want to live my life in, and that understanding for me that it was much to my benefit that I would just go without alcohol, and that I could. And that decision is one that caused so many positive ripple effects in my life. And I want to share this story with you, as I shared my blog last year, my blog post last year, is that I say that really wanting to just celebrate and want you to know part of my journey, as I've shared so much of it already. And I really believe in being able to lift each other up in the decisions that we make. And that's why I am choosing to share this with you. I am really delighted about this marking in my life so far, and it's caused so many good things within the grown-up Navajo community, because it allows me to be in closer conversation and dialogue with the Diyandaneh, with the holy people, and really wanting to be in a much more mindful, much more prayerful, a much more positive space. And I'm able to do that in this life and in this style and manner. And so I am drinking some really awesome Darjeeling tea, and it's really good. It says it's the champagne of tea. This is not, they didn't sponsor this ad, but it's delicious. I love tea. And I hope that you all have a great and healthy new year. I am so delighted about the amazing things that has been brought forth in my life just from sharing these videos and sharing the blogs and my words. And I'm so grateful for this journey of sacredness that I get to partake it with you all in and on while we walk the corn pollen path together. So to all of that, I say cheers. Ahé'hee, shík'é. I am so grateful for your presence in my life, and I hope that you continue to have a great year. Ahé'hee.